Hello everyone. In this video we will discuss unit 2nd and chapter 3rd of geography class 12th. Chapter name is population composition. Population composition. What is population composition? Population composition means the characteristics of the population on the basis of various areas like occupation, education, life expectancy, their living place, their literacy level. So these things are called as population composition. So start. Now people of any country are diverse in many respects. Each person is unique in his or her own way. People can be distinguished by their age, sex, their place of residence. It means people are varied on the basis of their age, sex, and place of residence, and we can distinguish them on these basis. Some of the other distinguishing attributes of population are occupation, education, and life expectancy. It means that we can find that how many people are involved in education sector, health sector, or occupations like agricultural sector, industrial sector, or what are their life expectancy, what are their literacy level. Then first attribute is sex composition. Sex composition, what is the definition? Definition is the ratio between the number of women and men in the population is called sex ratio. It is a very important demographic characteristics. How we calculate this? Formula is this: male population divided by female population into 1000. Okay, some countries follow this formula: male population divided by female population into 1000, which means that number of males per 1000 females. I repeat, number of males per 1000 females for some countries. But for some countries, just like India, the formula is just reverse: female population divided by male population into 1000. This is also a formula which is followed in India. We can say that the number of females per 1000 males. How many females are there per every 1000 male population in a country is called as sex ratio. The sex ratio is an important information about status of women in a country. What is the status of women in a country can be judged by the sex ratio. Suppose a sex ratio is very good. It means that women's condition, women's social status is good. And if women are less in a country, so everyone can judge it by the less status of the low status of the women in a country. Now, in regions where gender discrimination is rampant, the sex ratio is bound to be unfavorable to women. So where gender discrimination is prominent, the sex ratio will be less. Such areas are those where practice of female foeticide. Female foeticide means when the baby is killed in the womb of a woman by medication, just like abortion. It is called female foeticide. Female infanticide means when the child is killed, baby is killed after taking birth. Female child is killed after taking birth is called female infanticide. Domestic violence when violence is done by the males in males in house to a female against women are prevalent. So when these things are there in female foeticide, female infanticide, domestic violence, so then sex ratio will be unfavorable in that society. One of the reasons could be lower socio-economic status of women in these areas. You must remember that the more women in the population does not mean they have a better status. This is a very important line. If suppose women are more in a society, so can we ensure ourselves that the status of women is good? Are they giving equal rights? Are they treating socially equally? No, we cannot say by their numbers only. It could be that men might have migrated to the other areas for employment. It means that it is a general phenomena in India, especially in the rural areas. In rural areas, people are male, especially males are more migratory. They used to migrate to urban areas, so leaving behind their wives or the females of the family, they leave behind and they go to the urban areas for livelihood. So that's why, so female can be more in a rural areas. Then natural disadvantage versus natural advantage versus social disadvantage. Females are a biological advantage over males, as they tend to be more resilient than males. Okay, that is a fact, that is a biological fact, that females are more resilient than males. Yet this advantage is cancelled out by the social disadvantage and discrimination that they face. So biologically females can be more resilient, but in society they are not given importance. So this is cancelled out, this advantage. Next is, on an average, the world population reflects a sex ratio of 990 females per 1000 males. This is the world average. It means overall we see females are less than males. The highest sex ratio in the world has been recorded in Latvia, which is 1187 females per 1000 males. Latvia is a European country where the sex ratio is highest. That is 1187 females per 1000 males. In contrast, reverse to it, the lowest sex ratio occur in UAE, which is 468 females per 1000 males. Okay, so this is data which we get through the census of any country. So this may keep on changing as the census data change. Okay, this may be changed now, Then the world pattern of sex ratio does not exhibit variations in the developed regions of the world. The sex ratio is favorable for females in 139 countries. It means in 139 countries of the world, females are more than the males, and unfavorable for them in the remaining 72 countries listed by the United Nations. It means the remaining 72 countries have low sex ratio in the world. Okay. Now, in general, Asia has a low sex ratio in general way. Countries like China, India, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Afghanistan have lower sex ratio. Then, on the other extreme is greater part of Europe, including Russia, where males are in minority. So this is also there. The country is also there where males are in minority. Males are less in numbers. A deficit of males in the populations of many European countries is attributed to the better status of women and an excessively male-dominated out-migration to the different parts of the world in the past. So this can be attributed to the by the better status of women and more male-dominated migration in the past. Now come to the age structure. Now we check the population of a country as through their age. Then what in this age group, in any age group, how many peoples are there in a country? Age structure represents the number of people of different age groups, number of people in different age groups. This is an important indicator of population composition, since a large size of population in age group of 15 to 59 indicates a large working population. Okay, what it means? It means that this age structure is very important for population composition. Population composition. How? Because if a country has many people, large size of population in the age group of 15 to 59, it indicates that that country has large working population. What is working population? Working population is population which is more than 15 years of age and less than 59 years of age. Because we all know, generally in the government or also in the some private sector, people generally get retired at the age of 60 years. So also biologically 60 years are said to be the age where the efficiency of the person decrease. So 59 up to 59 there is considered as the working age, and 15 years plus is the age where people start the working. A greater proportion of population above 60 years represents an aging population which requires more expenditure on healthcare facilities. So a country, if it means 60 years plus population will be old population. They are not giving production in the society, or moreover there are dependent population which are dependent on the young population for their health, for their food. So this is they needs more expenditure on healthcare facilities. Similarly, high proportion of young population mean that the region has a high birth rate and population is youthful. If the country has more youth, it means the birth rate is higher than the death rate. Then come to the age sex pyramid. That is a very important topic of this chapter, age sex pyramid. So what is age sex pyramid? Now we see this pyramid. You observe this pyramid. This is a graph. Okay, this is a graph. Here we take female, here we take males. This is a central line. Okay, central line 0. Okay, now we see in this figure age. This is the age group 0 to 4, 5 to 9, or 10 to 14, 15 to 19. These are the age groups. And now we check how many persons, how many people are in this age group according to their gender. Okay, that's called age sex pyramids. So now if we see the first one, 0 to 4 age, how many male are there? Male is almost nearly 4%. Nearly 4% males are there. It means babies. This is not called like they are babies, na. 0 to 4 year child, there are 4% of total population. Suppose there are 100 crore population of a country, 100 crore. Then 0 to 4 years of child will be 4 crores. Okay. Then next age group 5 to 9. It means how many people are there in 5 to 9 age? In male section, males are this much will be almost 3.5. It means 3.5 crore people will be 3.5 crore male child will be in the age of 5 to 9. And similarly female, 0 to 4 female child are almost 4 crores, 4%. Okay, suppose we are taking 100 crore population as an example, then 4% will be 4 crore. Okay, then suppose now we are taking this age 45 to 49. See, 45 to 49, this one. So we can say that perpendicular here almost 4, little less than 4. So we can say almost 4 crore males are there of this age 45 to 49. Similarly females, see this, females are also less than 4 crore. So in this way we can see that the sex ratio is very important factor in understanding the age and sex of the population. Okay, so and we can compare also in which age group females are more and males are more, females are less and males are. So in this we can see uh, yes, see this one, 55 to 59. Okay, see this here, males females are more little and males are less. Okay, and also see here top one, 85 plus. 85 plus, see, males are less and females are just doubled. Okay, so this is in this way we can see that this is a very important technique to know the age sex of the population. Now, age sex structure of population refers to the number of females and males in different age groups. Okay, a population pyramid is used to show the age sex structure of the population. The shape of the population pyramid reflects the characteristics of population. The left side shows the percentage of males, while the right side shows the percentage of women in each group. Okay, we discussed this. Now, figure 3.1, 3.2, 3.3 show different types of population pyramids. First one is expanding population. What is expanding population? The age sex pyramid of Nigeria, as you can see, is a triangular shaped pyramid with wide base and is typical of less developed countries. Triangular shape or wide base. Triangular shape, wide base. See this. Triangular shape, okay, and wide base. Top is very small, base is very wide. What does it show? It shows that young population is more. What it shows that young population is more, okay, and old population is very, very less. This is wide base and triangular shape. So now what we can see this from this pyramid, these have larger population in lower age group due to the high birth rate. It means birth rate is high. Young people are more, it means birth rate are high. Very simple logic. If you construct the pyramids for Bangladesh and Mexico, it would look same. Okay, this is of Nigeria 2003. Now next, constant population. Constant population is Australia's age sex pyramid is bell shaped and tapered towards the top. This shows birth and death rates are almost equal, leading to near constant population. When birth rate and death rates are equal, it means people increasing and decreasing by death are same. So there is no change in the population. That's why it's called constant population. Now, what is that? Bell shaped and tapered towards the top. See, bell shape na? Bell shape. This is a bell shape, tapered toward the top, tapering top. This is called tapered, okay, top and bell shape. So this shows what? Constant population. This population is the more than this, but not much more. This is called constant population. Okay, now next is declining population. Japan pyramid has narrow base and tapered top, showing low birth rate and death rates. The population growth in developed countries is usually zero or negative. What is the characteristics of population pyramid of Japan? Narrow base and tapered top. Narrow base and tapered top, showing low birth and death rates. See here, narrow base. This is narrow base, okay. Then what else? And tapered top, narrow base, tapered top, narrow base, tapering top. Okay, it means this shows negative or zero population growth, negative or zero population growth. Because people, the childbearing age, okay, the fertility age is this age, the fertility age. This age is fertility age of female, okay, and male also. So this is the less people are less in this age. So there is a less birth rate, okay, less birth rate. And when this is less, when this size is less, we can say the less death rate. So less birth rate, less death rate, equal or constant population, or sometime negative also. Okay. So this is the thing. Now draw a population pyramid of children in your school and describe its characteristics. So you can do this also for your class. Now come to the aging population. Population aging is process by which the share of the older population becomes proportionately larger. Okay, this is a new phenomena of 20th century. In most of the developed countries of the world, population in higher ages groups has increased due to the increased life expectancy, with a reduction in birth rate, and proportion of child in the population has declined. Now what is aging population? When people of a country, when large population of a country is old population, old people, this is called as aging population. Again, when more people of the country is old people, is called aging population. How it happens? It happens when the increased life expectancy. Now we have modern medication, advanced medical facilities, so the death rates has become less. One thing, and the reduction in birth rates, as the awareness and education is has been spread in the people are more likely to reproduce less. They are more likely to reproduce less children. So that's why the birth rate has come down. Proportion of the child in the population has declined. So that's why more people are aging population. More people are old, so it is called aging population. So this is the now come the next topic, rural urban composition, which will be later, which will discuss later videos. Okay, so till now, goodbye, thank you.